All right, now at this point we're going to add more to our library. We have basic in there right now. I'm going to go ahead and grab this code, and then I'm going to right click on library and create a file, call it tags, or let's see, basic tags. Let's do that, tags. And there's not a space between basic and tags, that's an underscore. You can't have spaces in your file names, and they need to all be lowercase. So I'm gonna hit OK, then I'm gonna paste those tags, and then I'm gonna give it a different title. I'll say basic tags, and we'll just do like a random assortment of tags. So I'm gonna push this down, give myself a little space, and first thing I'm gonna do is do an H1, that's header tag. This is a nice large title, and I'm actually gonna scoot this over here so it's all on one line, and then I'm also gonna hit on Codeanywhere, excuse me, it's Control question mark, and then I'm gonna go like this and indent it, and this is a comment. Anything in between those symbols will be commented out. It's something that humans can read but the computer ignores. So we'll call it heading or H1 tag. That's the name of it. And now I'm going to copy all that and paste it, and we'll do an H3 tag. So I'm going to change this to H3. And this is a title, but not as big. Now I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to hit play, and we'll see. By the way, I don't have I do have a library link. Yeah, right here. I did set up the library link. Okay, good. So I click that. Now it takes me here, and we got basic tags. That's the one we're working on. It's interesting also to notice that none of these are called index, otherwise it would automatically load them. So I click this and it loads the one we were working on. So here's the H1 and here's the H3. So you can control the size of the heading by either doing H1, H2, H3, H4, H5. So back to my basic tags now. I'm going to copy this and go down a couple lines and paste. And next we want to do breaking space, or BR tag. That would just be this. Do BR with a little slash. Some people put a space in there, some people don't. I sometimes do it one way and sometimes do it in another. And actually, let me put that BR tag in between these so you can see the effect of the breaking space. So I'm going to hit save, and now when we reload this, there should be a larger space in between. Next, let's do an HR tag. Let's go. That would just be HR. That's a horizontal rule or HR tag. Save. And now you see the line that it makes. Next, let's see, a link. Let's make a link. It's an anchor tag. That's why it has a little A, and then it's href, which is hypertext reference, equals quotations, and this is actually going to be. Let me grab some comment code here and just overwrite this. This will be anchor /link tag. Let's see. No, relative. We'll do relative. No, let's do absolute first. Absolute, because there's different types. Absolute link, or absolute, I forget what you call it. Absolute, it's an absolute link. So I'm going to go, I'm going to connect my web page to something out there on the internet like Google. So HTTP, that's Hypertext Transfer Protocol, www.google.com. And then I close the tag, and then you see Code Academy kindly closes, writes the closing tag for me. And it'll be, I'll make some text that says Google. Save it, and now let's reload. And there's the Google link, and when I click it, it takes me there. So let's go back. And there's other things we could talk about. Probably better not at this point, but there are different things you can do, like parameters, like target equals underscore blank. And if you do that, you'll notice when I refresh it, it goes to Google, but in a totally different tab. Excuse me. And the benefit of that is sometimes you want to keep your people on your website. You don't want them to click Google and suddenly lose your site. So this way it takes them to Google, but you also keep them on your site. Next would be an anchor with a relative link. So let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead and hit enter a few times so this brings it up. I'm gonna scoot this over. All right, so now instead of google.com, it'll be a relative link. So now let's go, I'm going to take away this target thing because it's not going to go to somewhere out on the internet. I actually am going to keep them in my website, and so I'll just take them to my About PHP, and you'll notice there is no About PHP in the library, but if I create that, in fact, let's do that real quick. I'm going to save this already. Now I'm going to go refresh this. And when I hit About, you'll get an error because the page doesn't exist. So what you'll need to do is in your library, create a file called about.php, and then you can just write, "You arrived." And that's not proper HTML, but it still will work. I click it, "You arrived." If this was a proper About page, I would write all the tags and everything and format it correctly. So that's that. Now the next one would be an image tag, and let's see, there's a couple different things to talk about here. Hotlinking, I guess. You could hotlink to an image. We need to change this to be img, that's image src, equals, and then you'd put the address in there. And by the way you close it is just like this. It doesn't have a partner tag like that. You just do a self-closing tag. So at this point, I'm going to go find an image. So let's do car. And I'll click images. And then I click this and say view image. And now it loads up in here. I grab the address bar, Control-C copies it, and then I'll just paste it right there, hit save, and now we'll go view it. There's the car. And you'll notice that it's on the same line as the Google and About. If I don't want that to be the case, I can put some breaking space right here. I'll just put a br/, and now it pushes it down. As soon as it loads, you'll see it's pushed down. And so that works. You can also do, let's do another image now. Not hot linking, but same folder. And what I'll need to do is, let's find another image. Instead of a car, let's do cat. Image. Okay, well, that's kind of big. I'll copy this one, or I'll save this. And let's just save it somewhere. I'll make a new folder. Temp. Whoops, I already have a temp, I guess. Pick temp. Okay, so I'm going to save it in there, and we'll call it cat. And then the way Code Academy works, I'm going to create a folder here called images. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that yet. That'll be the next example. I'm just going to upload it right here directly into the library. We'll say upload, and then I can just click on this and drag it right there and drop it. So it's uploading. And now, because I referenced it this way, let's see, not like this, but like this. So I'm just asking it to load this. Same folder. I hit save. Should load right up. There it is. Another situation, a lot of times it's a good idea to create a folder to hold all your images. And so that's what I was about to do a moment ago, and then I stopped myself. Let's say dog. And yeah, we'll grab one of these. So I'll just right click, say save image as, and I'll save it dog. And now I'm going to upload into the images folder. So I'm going to right click on the images folder and say upload. And I'll drag dog from the taskbar to there. And now it should be inside there. There we go. So the way we would access that, since it's in a subfolder, is we'd have to say, first of all, dog. But ahead of that, I'd have to say images/dog. And then it should load right up. Or... there it is. Sure enough, it did work. All right, so that's all I want to cover in this tutorial. See you in the next video.